Dear student, I explained the synchro pair characteristics. Aim to study about synchro transmitter and also about the transformation of angular position of its rotor into unique set of stator voltages. Second one is to study about synchro transmitter receiver pair and to draw synchro pair characteristics. Apparatus required. Synchro transmitter and receiver pair unit 1 number, multimeter 1 number, patch cords as required. What is mean by synchro? The term synchro is a generic name for a family of inductive devices which work on the principle of a rotating transformer, that is induction motor. Basically, they are electromechanical devices or electromagnetic transducers which produces an output voltage depending upon the angular position of the rotor. What is mean by synchro transmitter? A synchro system is formed by interconnection of the devices called the synchro transmitter and the synchro control transformer. They are also called as synchro pair. The synchro pair measures and compares two angular displacements and its output voltage is approximately linear when with angular differences of the axis of both the shaft. They can be used in the following two ways. First one is to control the angular position of load from a remote place or long distance. Second one is for automatic correction of changes due to disturbances in the angular position of the load. The first part, study of synchro transmitter. In this part, what is the aim? To study about synchro transmitter and also about the transformation of angular position of its rotor into unique set of stator voltage. What is the precautions of this part? Keep the angular positions of rotors of transmitter and receiver at zero position before starting the experiment. Handle the angle pointers for both the rotors in a gentle manner. Do not attempt to pull out the angle pointers. Do not short rotor or stator terminals. Take the reading carefully in steady condition. Switch off the setup when not in use. These are the precautions of study of synchro transmitter. Then circuit diagram. Now you see the diagram. Top one is stator winding of this transmitter. Below one is the rotor winding of the transmitter. S1, S2, S3 stator's terminal of synchro transmitter. R1, R2 is the rotor terminal of the synchro transmitter. The AC power supply, that is 110 volt AC power supply, is given to R1 and R2 terminal of the transmitter. And then how to take the readings of the stator voltages? You take batch cords. Then you can connect, that is the multimeter connected across, that means S3, first S3 and S1, you can, that is the reference voltages, you can get waveforms. Again you can remove the connection, you can connect, that means S2 and S3, 120 degree again phase shift, you can draw the waveforms, note down all the readings. Then again third one, that is the S1, S2. So you already know 3 phase waveforms means 120 degree phase shift. Then procedure. Connect the main power supply to the synchro transmitter receiver pair unit. Connect 110 volt AC power supply to the rotor terminals, that is R1 and R2 of the transmitter only, not given for receiver. And then switch on the main power supply. Now what is zero angular position of the rotor of the transmitter? Note down the voltages between stator winding terminals, that is VS1 S2, VS2 S3 and VS3 S1 with the help of the patch cords and tabulate them. Vary the angular positions of rotor of the transmitter in steps by 30 degree. That meaning 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, like that up to 360 degree you note down the corresponding voltages between the stator winding terminals and angular position of the rotor of the transmitter and tabulated them. The zero position of the rotor and stator coincide with voltages Vs3 S1 equal to 0. That means Vs3 S1 is the reference winding voltage. Do not disturb this condition. Switch off the main power supply of the kit after bring back to the rotor at 0 position. Now plot the graph between angular position of the rotor of transmitter and stator voltages for all the three phases. Now see the diagram. This is the model waveform of the stator voltages of the transmitter for all the three phases. So V S3 S1 is the reference vector. Then V S2 S3, that is the 120 degree phase shift. Again V S1 S2, that is the 240 degree phase shift. So x-axis rotor angular positions of transmitter in degrees. Y-axis stator voltages of transmitter in volts. Then tabular column. Tabular column consists of rotor angular positions of transmitter in degrees and stator voltages of transmitter for all the three phases in volts. So first rotor angular position from 0 degree to 360 degree in the step of 30 degree. Then you can note down the few sets of readings for VS1 S2, VS2 S3 and VS3 S1. Everything I tabulated in the tabular column. Now we draw the graph. This is the actual graph which is similar to our model graph. So x-axis rotor position of the transmitter, y-axis stator terminal voltages. I draw the graph. This is the actual graph. Then the second one part is study of synchro transmitter receiver pair and draw synchro pair characteristics. This is the circuit diagram. This is the first one. You see the circuit diagram. Before one the stator terminals of both the transmitter and receiver. Below one rotor terminals of transmitter and receiver. So S1, S2, S3 is the stator terminals of transmitter. S1 dash, S2 dash, S3 dash is the stator winding terminals of the receiver. R1, R2 is the rotor winding terminals of the transmitter. R1 dash, R2 dash is the rotor winding terminals of the receiver. So the AC power supply is given across the rotor windings of the transmitter and receiver. This is the connection. This diagram is you can connect S1 S1 dash, S2 S2 dash, S3 S3 dash, and then again the R1 is connected to R1 dash and then R2 is connected to R2 dash. Across this you have to connect the AC power supply. So the 30 degree of step you can vary the angular position of the rotor in the transmitter side only. So the same variation happened in the rotor winding. Some few, that is the error, that is the plus or minus 10% is the allowable one. So this is the front view of the synchro transmitter receiver pair unit. You see left hand side transmitter angular position variation knob, right hand side receiver angular position variation knob, center one is the voltmeter and then the terminal voltmeter 2 terminal, then S1, S2, S3, S1 dash, S2, S3, both stator, transmitter and receiver, then R1, R2, here R1, R2, that is the rotor terminals, and then left hand side one the power main power supply is there and all. Then this is the main power supply and then synchro transmitter receiver pair unit power supply also is there. This is the front, that is the view of synchro transmitter receiver pair. What is the precautions of synchro transmitter receiver pair? Keep the angular positions of rotors of transmitter and receiver at a 0 position before starting the experiment. Handle the angle pointers for both the rotors in a gentle manner. Do not attempt to pull out the angle pointers. Do not short rotor and stator terminals. Move the transmitter and receiver dials slowly to avoid errors in readings. Take the reading carefully in steady condition. Then switch off the setup when not in use. Procedure. First, connect the main power supply to the synchro transmitter receiver pair. Then connect the stator terminals of the transmitter, that is the S1, S2, S3 with the stator terminal of the receiver S1 dash, S2 dash, S3 dash. That means S1, S1 dash connected, S2, S2 dash connected, S3, S3 dash connected as per the circuit diagram by using batch cords. Then connect 110 volt AC power supply is given to the rotor terminals of both transmitter and receiver. That means R1 R1 dash connected, R2 R2 dash connected. Across we can give the 110 volt AC power supply. Now switch on the main power supply. Now at zero angular position of the rotor of the transmitter, note down the zero, that is the angular position of the receiver, and tabulate them. Vary the angular positions of the rotor of the transmitter in steps by 30 degree and note down the corresponding angular position of the rotor of the synchro receiver. It is observed that whenever the rotor of the synchro transmitter is rotated, the rotor of the synchro receiver follows its both directions of rotation and its positions are linear with the initial error. Switch off the main power supply of the synchro transmitter receiver pair unit. After bring back the rotor of the transmitter at a zero position. Now plot the graph between angular positions of the rotor of the transmitter and angular positions of the rotor of the receiver. So this video clearly give the idea of how to connect the circuit diagram and then how to conduct the synchro transmitter receiver pair experiment. Now I explain the synchro transmitter receiver pair characteristics. In this experiment, it consists of two parts. One is study of synchro transmitter stator voltage. Second one, synchro transmitter receiver pair characteristics. First we check the rotor voltage of the synchro transmitter. The R1 rotor terminal, this is the rotor terminal, this is the stator terminal of the transmitter, this is the stator terminal of the receiver, this is the rotor terminal of the receiver, this is the angular position of transmitter, this is the angular position of receiver, this is the terminal of the voltage display. Now the R1 is connected to voltage terminals, one terminal, and then R2 is connected to another terminal of voltage. Now switch on the main supply, switch on the transmitter, we check the voltage. It is 23.6 which is display on the voltage. So that is nearly equal to 24 voltage. This is the rotor voltage. Now check first. This is the first step. The second one is, now you remove the connections. We check the stator voltage of each. So S1 is connected to one terminal of the voltmeter, and then S3 is connected to another terminal of the voltmeter. Switch on in supply, switch on the transmitter, and then 0 degree. We see the voltage is nearly equal to 0. Then you can gradually increase the degree. Then 90 degree, that is the maximum value. Again the value decreases, and then 180 degree again 0. Again negatively the value increases. Then 270, again we are getting the maximum voltage. Again the value, that means it decreases, and then 0 value only. So this is the stator voltage between terminal S1 and S3, that is the reference. Then again, so we change the terminal S2 to S3. So you see now 0 position, this is the maximum voltage because 120 degree phase shift. Then again 30 degree, the value gradually decreases. In 90 degree, that is value, then again gradually increases. We are getting 180 maximum value. Then again gradually, that means it decreasing, getting a 0 value. Again gradually the value increases, getting maximum value at 0 degree. This is the 120 degree phase displacement of voltage across S2 and the S3 terminal of the transmitter. Then you can connect the S1 and S2. This is 240 degree phase displacement. Now 0 degree maximum voltage. Then gradually, that means decreasing 90 degree some value. Then gradually, that means decreasing and all 180 degree. That is the 180 degree we are getting the maximum value. Then again you can get the 270 degree some value reduces. Again you have to come to 0 degree. This is negatively, the positively. So there is the VS1 S3 and VS2 S3 and then VS1 S2. So you can corresponding transmitter angular degrees and then note down the corresponding voltage. So all the readings are tabulated. This is the first part of this experiment, that is study of synchro transmitter. Then second experiment, switch off transmitter, switch off the main supply. Now how to perform the synchro transmitter receiver pair characteristics. Here S1 to S1 dash, then S2 to S2 dash, then S3 to S3 dash, then R1 to R1 dash, then R2 we can collecting multimeter. R2 dash is connected to voltage terminal of the multimeter, the common terminal of the multimeter in the R1 dash, R2 put in the AC mode only. Then the S1 terminal of the transmitter side you connected to the one terminal of the voltmeter. Another terminal of the voltmeter is connected to S2 terminal of the rotor. Now switch on the main supply, switch on the transmitter, switch on the receiver side. You see transmitter 0 degree and then receiver also. Then 30 degree, this is the angular position of transmitter. The receiver also you can, which is nearly equal to 30 degree, some error is there, and then 60 degree and then like that some values. So whatever angle we have to turn in the transmitter, the same we have to get in the receiver side also. Then 90 degree, then 150 degree, then 180 degree and then 210 degree and then 240, 270, 300, 330 and then 360. So you note down the transmitter angular position in degree and then corresponding receiver angular position in degrees only, and then you can draw the graph only. That is it, to draw the synchro transmitter receiver pair characteristics. After that you can supply off. Students, from this video you clearly understand the demo of synchro transmitter receiver pair unit. The next one, synchro pair characteristics. X-axis angular position of transmitter, Y-axis this is the rotor angular positions of the receiver. You can note down the readings, you can tabulate them, you will get the linear shape of the curve. This is the reading, angular position of the transmitter side 0 degree to 360 degree. Angular position of receiver also 0 to 3, corresponding reading I note down and all. Some variation is there, because I already know synchro transmitter receiver pair is also known as the error detector. Then actual graph of the synchro pair characteristics, you see we are getting similar to model graph. Then result, the synchro transmitter was studied and the waveforms of stator winding voltages was plotted on the graph. The second part is the synchro pair characteristics, that means were studied and was plotted on the graph. So this I given sample of few Viva voice question with the answer which is useful to you for attending the Viva during examination. Like what are synchros, what is the use of synchro transmitter and receiver, what is the basic structure of synchro, how the two windings are coupled to each other in synchro, what are the advantages of synchros, what are the phase displacement of three windings of the synchros, and then what factor does the magnitude and polarity of voltage or phase dependent, where the primary winding is connected, where the secondary winding is the connected. Thank you student for watching this video.